What is up, RC enthusiasts? Something new for me today? I've never owned anything from this company ever, and this is gonna be the first for me. So here it is, my first ARRMA. Yes, it's just a little Grom, and yes, I know, I need some gromming. Whew, letting it go. But yeah, you're not here for me anyway, you're here for these RCs, right? This is the ARRMA Grom Mojave, and I do like the Mojaves. I was considering getting the full-size ones, you know, one of the 6S ones, but I've never pulled the trigger on one of them yet, because the Big Rock came out, and the bigger Truggy Bashers and stuff, you know, I just didn't know what to get, so they came out with something very affordable to get myself into ARRMA in a very cheap way. So let's go ahead and let's see what ARRMA gives us for a tiny little rig.
Now that is the color I did get. It comes in this color as well. You tell right here, they have metal gears inside. And I know the version 1 of the diffs inside here, the internal diffs that are inside, that they actually are not showing here, they have plastic gears inside the diffs. So the spider gears are plastic, but in this new V2 diffs, they're metal now. Here's a little more info if you guys want to pause and check all that out. In the box, we have our SLT2 radio, we have our Spectrum charger for our Spectrum battery, we have a tool right here. It looks pretty hefty, man. This bag's pretty heavy. There's a pretty heavy tool in there. Some ARRMA tool that looks like it has some sort of cast metal handle. And look, 4 AA's for the transmitter. So this is a fully ready to run from ARRMA right here. 100% out the box, ready to go, even with a AA's for the transmitter. So we have 2 little buttons here, one on each side. This is how you release the body from the frame. And it seems to, you know, work pretty good right now that it's new, but I wonder if this is going to get a lot of dirt stuck in it. Not so sure, but this is how it connects to the body right here. The metal rods clip into there. Now this thing comes with a 1400 mAh LiPo or lithium ion. Which one is it, Spectrum? Come on, Horizon Hobby. Which one is it? We have a Spectrum 2-in-1 2S LiPo capable ESC receiver combo, and it's running IC2 connectors. We have a fan to cool the brushed motor, and we have a heatsink right here to hopefully keep the temperature in check. It has a metal geared servo installed right underneath the ESC receiver combo. And I do like the size of the battery tray. They have some foam right here, so you can remove that to get even longer batteries in here, but you can fit some pretty decent sized batteries in here. So even without removing that foam, I could fit a 2200 3S in here. So yeah, even bigger batteries. The tires on this guy right here, they're actually pretty hard. You know, some people were saying, oh, they're alright, they're like in between a soft and a hard tire, but man, if a no-name brand RC came out with a tire like this is automatically unusable to some people. That's what they would say. I mean, to me, you know, this is more like a street tire or a bash tire, so it's meant to last longer, because, you know, the race tires, they're cool and all, they grip great and all, but if you're just gonna bash it, watching a race tire get worn out that quick is very sad, and the price of them, whew. So yeah, definitely this right here is good. I'm not saying this is a knock on it, this is just, you know, like I said, if somebody saw this on a no-name brand RC, it's something they're gonna knock on it for sure, but it's okay when these guys come out with something like this, right? And the no-threaded oil shocks, that's okay too, but some other companies come with, you know, plastic bodied shocks that are still threaded, so you could adjust them way easier and a lot more refined than just preload clips. And it has these nice bumpers here, so let's say you land on the, you know, top of your rig, it's gonna absorb some impact, and you have the front ones right here too to absorb some bump, and the bumpers are nice and flexible. Same in the rear. It's got this for, you know, when you land on your lid, and a nice little bumper back here as well. Nice and flexy. A metal dog bone in there, and plastic outdrives. I don't know why. I wish these were metal. I mean, plastic outdrives don't really last that long, in my opinion, but you know, this is my first ARRMA. I'm not sure. Maybe they, you know, they have the plastic sauce down. Their arms are a lot more rigid than what you would get with the no-name brand ones. But you know, that's also due to the higher quality plastics that they're using. You know, the no-name brand ones are relying on them to be soft and flexible to not break, versus these where they're just relying on better quality plastics. As you can tell, the plastics look really nice. And Hex hardware obviously is something people are always gonna say is a plus. But for me, Hex versus, you know, Phillips head, not a big deal. But Hex hardware is nice. And another one right here is non-adjustable plastic links. We all know the no-name brand ones get knocked for those all the time. Alright, let's take this top brace off right here to get inside here to see some more internals. All metal in here like it shows, which is awesome. They look like some good looking gears too. We have metal in the diffs. Still a plastic diff housing, but I think this is the V2, so they changed the spider gears in there to metal as well. So we'll see how reliable this is, because I am going to go brushless with this guy. And there's the front as well. That's cool how I just removed this brace and I'm able to inspect everything, obviously except for the spider gears, but I can pretty much inspect all the gears right here. It says UK and California on the chassis right here. What's up, people from across the pond? I should just unplug that right away. It's just bullet connectors to the ESC receiver combo. That's pretty good right there. I like that. Attention to detail, that's what I say with that kind of stuff. There you go. Pull the rear. Now we have our hinge pins front and rear. And we have the 4 screws right here to open up the diff. And we should be able to yank this case off. You got bearings all throughout. But man, those plastic outdrives though, why? Why? Should we get in here? Let's get in here. Oh, it's a 3-piece. It's a 3-piece case. Ooh, I almost dropped stuff. Yep, so we have metal gears in here. Nice hardened steel looking gears. So that should be good. A lot of people are saying they wish it was a metal case as well to this, but I really have not many problems with plastic casing stuff. And these plastic outdrives, oh no. They are thick though, I'll give it that. So let's see how they last. So here I am at the front of the vehicle now. I did notice that those diff screws that were holding the spiders in place, you know, the screws that hold the diff together, they were pretty loose. I was able to unscrew them really easily. If people are reporting stripping those spider gears in there, you know what? Maybe those just need to be tightened a little bit. And it'll probably, you know, tighten up the clearances in there and help it from stripping out. It might not be as smooth at first, but it might just be what it needs to be more reliable. I already did it to the rear, and I can tell it's a little bit, you know, tougher. Just a little tiny, not even a lot. It's still smooth. Especially if those gears are stripping themselves out. This is not going to do anything to it. This is just going to help it stay meshed longer, hopefully. Drop these arms and pull the drive shafts off. Or axle shafts, or whatever you want to call these. And they are CVDs in the front, so they won't fall out. And now I can take this out. And I'm sure they didn't want to tighten it down this much because they wanted the diff action to be super smooth out the box, you know, but if that's going to cause this to strip, I'm going to go ahead and tighten them. And yeah, the diff is tighter, but still pretty smooth. And it'll break itself in and hopefully get a better mesh and not, you know, strip itself out. That's just what I'm trying to prevent here, and hopefully we'll see what happens because it's going to go brushless and I don't want to buy parts for this. The dampening is really nice on this one, guys. Really good shocks. I like it. And with a heavy body on there, hopefully we get that nice realistic looking body roll, you know, brake and gas roll. I like that. That's the kind of thing I like about short course trucks, and that's why I'm really into short course trucks and desert trucks and stuff like that. We do get metal ball ends, which is good. The retaining collar here for the spring retainer. Spring. We have a way to actually disassemble from the bottoms. There you go. We have some O-rings right here in the bottom cap. That's where your O-rings are going to go. Close that tightly so you don't leak through there. Oh man, these are on here tight. I don't know what weight oil is in here, but oh, it's filled to the top. It's just a little bit of air in there for the air emulsion, you know. Well, there you go. It's ready for a little rip. Let's get this battery charged up and we'll get this ARRMA in action. There you go. I hit the switch, turn it on, turn on the controller. Put this at 100% because, you know, I don't need any of the slower speeds. Fans kicked on. And no body clips. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? And I do have an Insta360 in there, so we're going to get some driving footage. Let's go ahead and let's get to it.
very smooth, very, very smooth. Need to trim it out a little bit. Let's see if it's a little loose over here. Yeah, there you go. Super smooth. You know, I expected that from the name brand RC, you know, at least gonna be very smooth. And the top speed of this thing is 22 miles an hour. I think it's like 15 or 16 in the first 50%, 75% it's about 20 miles an hour, and 22 miles an hour top speed. And look at that lean, guys. When you brake, when you accelerate, it's just, you know, got all the right motions for a short course truck. You know, desert truck action. It's really awesome. Look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and use my JJRC right here, full brushless, almost the same scale, just a little bit bigger than the Mojave. But you know, this is going to be my chase vehicle with my camera right there. So let's go ahead and let's chase this guy down. It's hard to do the chase. See, after running in all that gravel, let's see how dirty is it in there. If this cage or this body was able to keep dirt out of there. Oh, it got a little dirty. Some rocks in there. But you know, overall, it's a lot cleaner than some other stuff would be. But it's not 100%, you know, foolproof. So don't forget to empty out your rocks. So there you guys go. These two are pretty cool, and you know, obviously for, you know, around $80, that is a bargain. Super steal. And that just looks so awesome. I mean, it's an ARRMA. You can't really go wrong with that. Runs great, feels good. It's very quality feeling. So, well, there you go, guys. Thanks for watching as usual. As always, stay safe out there. Go have fun and run that RC.